What's up, guys? Welcome back to my Fiora versus series. I got some decent feedback on the first one, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying them, first of all. And I hope you guys are learning something from these matchups. Today, we're going to be going against Darius. I will be showing my runes on the screen, and you want to be taking Ignite into this matchup, as Darius, for the most part, does not take Teleport. So you're going to be putting yourself at a disadvantage by not taking a rune that's also going to be helping you in team fights, in your lane. But at the same time, he won't have Teleport to have the map presence as well. So for the most part, you want to be taking Ignite into this matchup. A lot of people struggle with this matchup, and I have for a long time. It is more of a skill matchup, and he does do a lot of damage. So I can understand why people don't like versing him. Personally, he's still one of my #1 bans, just because the champion isn't a fun lane for me, I feel. But I'll try and do my best to show you guys what to do. If he takes Q level 1, like he just showed right there, I took a free hit. You want to be using your movement speed to get away. And you just want to make sure you abuse him a little bit. If he takes W first, you want to just make sure that you do not go near him whatsoever. He wins the level 1 trade if he takes W. So if he has Q, you could just poke him a little bit and use your movement speed from hitting vitals to get away. Now, he probably has his W second, but we're just going to be cautious just in case it's the pull. Because if he pulls me as I Q, it's going to be no bueno. Just going to put my Q on cooldown, and then you're going to be stuck. So we're just going to dance around a little bit. Wait till he's level 3, just so we're confident that what he took. He used his pull. Perfect. You don't want to be reposting his pull. Hold on. We have a gank incoming. Alright, he used his ghost. Good. Okay, don't tax me, please. It's all good. So he used his ghost, which is good. We might get a follow-up gank from that. But so far, so good. Their jungler also might be topside, so we have to keep that in mind. I'm not going to fast push. I'm just going to try and thin this down a little bit. Hit level 3, hopefully. My jungler is staying nearby, which is good. I'm gonna let this crash. Alright. That was an iffy start. We did burn his ghost, which is good. We really didn't get anything much out of that. We do have a CS lead. We can try and be a little bit more aggressive here. He does heal off of that still, so you don't really want to be parrying that. He overextended. He took a tower shot, so that's actually pretty good. You don't want to be parrying his Q as he still heals. That was a good example there for you. You want to be parrying either his pull or his W. Later on, when we get into when we're level 6, you might want to hold it for the ultimate, but we'll get there. Seems like our jungler is coming again, which is pretty good. So I won't go too aggressive here. All right, we kill him anyway. Desmond usually gets mad at me. Those of you who don't know and don't watch the stream, he's kind of like my co-host at times, and he always gets mad at me when I kill the enemy before my jungler comes, if my jungler is on their way. I did kind of rush it there by using my Ignite. I didn't really have to, but I'm not a fan of sharing gold. Anyway, hopefully you guys saw what I did there. I made sure to land my W. I did it timing it, trying to hit it on like a W or any of his other attacks. But even if you don't, just landing it is good enough early game, as it lowers his attack speed. So that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize. Let's see what he got. He really didn't get much. So we're going to be starting Vampiric Scepter. I want to give a shout out to Sean, or Perry Carey, who's in the Fiora mains. He actually had discussed this with me during one of my streams, and it is very helpful. I usually had rushed time at almost every single time, but in a lot of matchups, not taking time at, going Vampiric Scepter, one gives you a little bit more sustain, but on top of that, it allows you to wave manage a little bit better, so I can freeze it and take a little bit more advantage of getting ganks and also putting more pressure on my opponent. So that's what I've been doing recently, is getting Vampiric Scepter and then getting Pickaxe. So he has a big wave here. I don't want to fight, and he's going to hit 6 before me, so I'll give him this little pressure. But once we're both 6, I should be fine. So I'll give him the feeling of being a big dog for right now. So right now we're doing pretty good. We really didn't have that big of a jungle influence, so hopefully this is giving you a better understanding of how the laning phase is going. You really want to play around when his Q is used and not giving him the healing. That's really key. Know when to parry. He is 6 now, so I might be a little bit more hesitant and save it for when he uses his ultimate, because we all know Darius's ultimate is very fun and engaging. So just keep farming under tower. Farming under tower is a great skill. Highly recommend you guys practice, as I almost mess up my my wave. The caster minions, let them get hit usually once by a turret. I'm going to ping that he's missing. And these guys, you can usually let them get hit twice, but if they're taking minion damage, you know, you're going to have to spice it up by throwing a Q or an E in there. Try and stall it. So, as of right now, again, we don't have time at, so it's not going to be hard shoving. Let's just slow push, because look, he's going to be missing these 2 minions while he's gone. Normally, if you want him to return to lane, which I don't really want him to, because I think he might have backed, is you would fast push it to get them to return to your lane, but we're going to let it slow push, just so he loses minions in the process. Let's see, what did he get? He got a ruby crystal, longsword, okay. Alright, so we're chilling right now. Our ignite is back up. We have our kill pressure. We have a decent wave here. Just give him a little poke. What I should have done there is I saw he had his W, and I should have, like, he did the animation where he kind of pulls his axe back. I should have just walked towards him and reposted it, but it's okay. I was more focused on waiting for his bone plating to stop, but nonetheless, we're okay. Again, I thought he was trying to W. Most Dariuses, after they pull, they immediately use their W. So I was trying to go off of that timing. He's taking a lot of minion damage just to try and freeze it here, which he's probably gonna miss. He's probably gonna mess it up by using a Q anyway. Dariuses love to Q when waves are like that. So he's probably gonna try and be a little aggressive. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna reset this vital. You can reset vitals by walking back. And I didn't lose a minion there, which is good. Okay, we got a slash. All right. Now that was using the flash Q combo. I saw the vital. I knew he was gonna die if I hit the vital, or you know, adding another extra auto attack. So it worked out there. He used his ghost and his flash. So don't, if you have your ultimate, or if you have ignite, you know, hold on. Ah, it's a good try. He timed his taunt really well there. Most Warwicks do time it around that time, about the time they get to the other side of your queue. But I've been playing with a couple Warwicks recently where they've been casting it early, so I kind of held on to it a little bit longer than I should have. But it's okay. We're still doing good in lane. Darius did not get an assist from that, so that's fine. And this wave is going to start bouncing back to me. So overall, still a win-win. We're doing good. But again, to dissect kind of what I did against Darius is that I did have my ignite still on him. My ultimate was on him, so I was going to do max health % damage with true damage. So it's a little bit of limit testing to know how much damage you're going to do. I knew I'd be fine in that instance, so I was willing to burn my flash Q to hit that vital, and then just give him one more love tap. My Kha'Zix is topside, and Darius is pushed up, so this would be a good time to gank. Let's see. Okay, actually Warwick is nearby too. Okay, it doesn't look like this is working in our favor as of right now. I'm going to switch aggro, use my repost on him. He gave me a good knock-up. Ooh, that was so close. Really wasn't much I could do. That Warwick apparently went ham on my team. If Diana switched aggro to help me with Darius, I'm pretty positive we both would have lived. One, because I got my my ultimate down, but what could you do? I think I played that fairly well, but it's okay. What I probably should have done was, instead of using my repost to finish off Vel'Koz, was targeted Darius with it, and I probably would have killed him a little bit quicker. But it's okay. Our team is still ahead. Our bot lane's doing halfway decent. Our mid lane's doing good. It's just the only person right now that's a true threat for their team is their jungler. And Darius, although I'm getting these kills and stuff, he is still going to be able to contest me a little bit, so I shouldn't get too cocky. Now that I have time, I'm not going to be able to manage the wave as much, but I will be doing a lot more damage to him. And I'm going to be able to fast push the wave. So what I'm going to do is again, I'm going to try and slow push as best as possible, although I have time let these minions die out, forcing him to come up. And this way he'll have less room to run away from me. We know that his flash is going to be up around the same time that my flash is up. He probably has Ghost by now. So I have the wave over here now, which is good because I was slow pushing it. If he wants to come up to farm, he has to come up and contest with me. I'm looking at these minions falling. Okay. All right. See, I had a little bit extra damage. Now, if I had originally fast pushed, the wave would be at his turret and it would start pushing back to me. But I was slow pushing it so that way he had to come up and fight me. I was forcing him basically to fight me. And this is what you want to be doing that a lot of low elo people don't understand, is that you need to be doing wave management like that to get things in your favor. So again, I knew I was going to beat him. He'd have a little bit of a contesting power, which is fine. But I just wanted to make sure that I forced him into that fight. Now, this is called proxying. I'm doing this because I know that he has his death timer is up. He's probably around here by now. And I'm forcing more minions to just fall in immediately. So look at these minions. They're going to fall in immediately. So there was no time wasted in him losing minions. Which is a good way to... I could actually force him to fight me again. All right. I forced him to fight me because he didn't want to give up that tower. Normally what I would do is if he was a little bit later, is I would have backed, let the tower continue killing minions, but since he was going to contest me because I knew I was taking the tower, I figured I'd fight him. My repost was a little bit late. I still took the ultimate damage, but it really didn't matter. I'm too far ahead at this point. Now, I'm also shoving this in, one, because I know my teammate just said that there was 4 bot, and I could see that on the minimap. But at the same time, he still has 3 seconds until he respawns, so I'm shoving these minions under the tower so he loses more. Now, since, again, they're bot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over this wall, and I'm just going to start stealing the jungler's camps. One, because I don't have teleport. I can't get down there fast enough, even though they clap in cheeks, am I right? Although I can't respond to get over there, I'm going to respond by taking the jungler's camp, so that way he loses out on some gold. And again, my top side is so shoved in that I'm going to have enough time to reset. I might actually be able to rotate here. Actually, I'm too low. I shouldn't risk it. So I'm just going to back. I have a lot of gold, and although it's good to roam and help, it's going to be best here for me just to back. This is a lot of gold that I'm sitting on, and I'd only be punishing myself by not using it. Boys in the chat, if we were streaming right now, that was a big-ass shopping spree. Spam those emotes. So we're just going to return to lane 1 because the wave is pushing in. If we see Darius, we might be able to hunt him down now that we have Phage. He also has Phage, and he has Ghost, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I don't want to be wasting this wave. I want to still maintain my CS and my my solo XP and gold, which this is the hard part of not having teleport. Fiora wants to be split pushing, so... Oh, I did that too early. Ooh, I still got it. So now that I pushed out once, and it's going to be going the other direction, I can come down to meet. Warwick is the only person who's still big on their team. I just have to remember that. Pretty sure Darius is around here still. Yeah. I don't want to be the one to initiate. We have an Ashe ult? Okay. Okay, I got another repost. Oh, I was going to steal that. My instincts, sorry. My bad. Trying to get that pen to this game, you know? We could just shred this tower. Set could technically stop that back. Okay. Let me ping, make sure Vel'Koz actually flashed so my team knows. And now, we just took we have tier 1 turret over here gone, tier 1 turret over here gone. So now it just makes sense for us to rotate bot and get that tier 1 turret. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that once you're actually... I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm going to be too late, and this game is about objectives. Although she's dying, it's a little too risky for us to be doing that. So this is a free turret that we could take. So I'm gonna take it. Luckily, my team is very ahead, so we're going to hopefully win that. Actually, we're not. Would have been good. But in the meantime, we're getting this turret. Again, this is all about objectives. If my team didn't go in there and they didn't die, we wouldn't have been conceding that turret, but it's okay. Because now we're going to be losing our mid turret. In that process, though, I'm going to create pressure here because I don't think anyone else is responding to me. This is just split pushing, you know, keeping an eye on them. I see that they're all there, so I might be able to respond, and I think I will be successful in taking this. So we get 2 turrets, they get 1 turret, and they get dragon. So I'm actually going to back here. I might be able to help my team. This is kind of risky, to be honest. Normally, I would not be trying to do this. They don't have Ziggs. Okay. I'm very ahead, so I can just take care of Darius. I have double buffs now, so might want to do something, but my repost is down. So I just have to keep that in mind. Okay. So the reason we gave up that dragon and that mid turret was mainly because my team went back in. We had a lead, but they went on something that they couldn't have won. So in response to that, this is why a lot of people, like, they always complain about their teams and everything, saying like, oh, I can't carry my team. You just have to have that macro knowledge to know what you can get out of it. So normally what somebody in low elo would do is they see their team that just died, they would back and then walk over to this turret to defend it. You're not going to get there in time to defend it, and even if you were, the entire team would probably just tower dive you if you stayed a little bit too far under, right? So what I did was I responded on the other side of the map while they were taking here. I took a turret here, and Fiora, you know, I'm godly, so I could take 2 turrets, and I also ended up getting a kill out of it, which was just a little bit of bonus, you know. Now I'm still working across map. I'm gonna probably start pinging my team to like relax on team fights, because since that last team fight, I kind of lost faith in them. I'm still pushing down here, although there isn't a tier 2 turret, just because Rift Herald is up and I'm trying to work across the map. So I have Ziggs here. I'm gonna try and get on my way. Let's see. I'm gonna be slightly late to this. Again, if I teleport, this would be a great time for me to teleport, but you know, we make and do. Just gonna run train on him. Okay, you didn't have to steal that, but it's okay. That's what I get for trying to steal earlier. And now, since again we basically just team dwight them, me putting pressure down here brought Ziggs there. Now me being here, we can help him shove. I don't have my repost again, so I can't really do some sick nasty play. We're just gonna have to shred the tower as much as possible. Oh, but it seems like Kha'Zix is doing the sick nasty plays. Oh no, he's so close. He's so close to dying. He's 1 HP. Oh, I'm so sad. Alright. Now, I'm going to want to take this red, though. Okay. Okay, Ashe is going to get it, I guess. The 2, 3, and 11 Ashe. Alright. Worth. Better for her, I guess. Alright. I'm just gonna back. I have a decent amount of gold right now. Alright. Yeah, I am gonna actually back here. I was seeing if he was gonna overstep and face check. Maybe I can get a little bit of cheese out, but it's all good. I'll just back here. I've got a decent amount of gold. I am going to go for Death's Dance because 1, I'm very ahead, and 2, it's a very strong item as of right now. It doesn't seem like anybody has any Grievous Wounds. Grievous Wounds, you know, is an item that cuts your healing. So items like Morellonomicon for AP and Executioner's Calling for an AD dealer. It might be something I could consider because they have a Warwick and a Darius, but I am so far ahead that it really wouldn't benefit me too much. Diana is warning me to not get caught out, but that's my middle name. I have a lot of gold on my head for a bounty, so it wouldn't be smart, but, you know, we're trying to spice this gameplay up. Trying to give you guys some, you know, good limit testing, you know. I'm going to rotate top because there's going to be another wave approaching right now. Okay. If you're wondering how to monitor, I don't know if I said this earlier, if you're trying to monitor where the wave is, you can replicate and know where the wave is by looking at where your wave is currently. So the upcoming wave. So right now, where this is in our base is where theirs is in their base. I'm actually going to stay here, actually, voice crack. I'm going to stay here because Dragon's up in 20 seconds, so I'm going to keep pressure here. And I could possibly put a ward right here, hide right here, and while my team goes for that, I can kill Darius using the Fog of War. Alright, that's fine. Darius doesn't have his summoners, but I don't have my ultimate now. So we might be just giving this up, question mark. I don't want to get too close just because I know Sona still has her ultimate. They have a lot of CC, so I might have to go QSS this game. Great flash. I think she was using it for me. No. I wanted to kill him. Okay. Now, it's kind of hard to explain what I'm doing in the team fights as they go so quickly, and it's hard for me to like retrace what I've been doing. Maybe in future episodes I can break that down, and I'll do it as I'm editing. I'll break down exactly what I was doing. But I'm going for people I know that I can guarantee kill while also saving others. So Warwick did ult there. I was trying my best to save my teammate, go after him. And then obviously using your repost wisely to stun those who are either giving the stun or who are going to be a threat. I'm going to start stealing more of the jungle camps now. One, I have red buff. I'm very confident, even though I'm kind of overextended. Yeah, there they are. I can always use my Q to get around and move around. So, get rid of their vision. I'll take Scuttle. I'm probably going to head top after this. Although I did see them, I'm fairly confident I can kill Darius quickly. Especially if... Oh. Oop. 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 Huh. Huh. Come here. Okay. Alright, I at least got the kill. That was very sloppy, just because I was so caught off guard. I did not think they were all going to be lurking there, but that's actually... I should have been thinking of that, considering Baron is the only objective up right now, and his Dragon's going to be 3 minutes and 24 seconds. I should have been bot side, to be honest. But, again, I was lurking in their jungle, so... Mistakes happen. I was getting a little too confident, like I said, when I had red buff. But it seems like Vel'Koz got it, so... That's not too bad. Although it's not beneficial, he is very squishy, and I can easily take him out of team fights. Okay, good ultimate by Set. Okay. The flash. We are flashing on cooldown. Good shit. Alright, we actually won that, and we can go for Baron now. The benefits of having your team being as far ahead as they are in this game is that even if you make mistakes like I just did, you're not as punished. But remember, when you are this ahead and your team is behind, that's when you are the one that should not be making the mistakes. So when people say you're the one who is throwing and you're like 13 kills but everyone else is trash, you are basically the win condition. So don't get tilted at them saying, oh, you're the one that, you know, was feeding the shit out of bot lane. Like, you have to realize that, like, you had the reins on this game, basically. You were the one that was in control, so you might have been the one that actually did, you know, end up inting the game. And don't think of that in a negative way, but think of it more as, okay, what could I have done to not do that? What could I have done to do better, you know? So, I'm going to just pressure Darius. Normally when you're split pushing here, you want to be warding at the intersection right over here, but I don't have a ward right now, and I'm not going to be pushing too far up. I'm just here to give the Baron and to let them hit the tower because it's almost low, or it's almost done. So there we go. We get an objectives. I see that they are mid, so I am actually going to push up a little bit farther. I do have set here. I usually don't like to have multiple people, but we're not going to fight here, actually. We're not going to fight. I'm going to make sure to ping him back off. The reason why is because Kha'Zix was on the other side splitting, but he's now getting pushed off, so. Let me ping this. Hopefully it'll get them, my team over there. We do have vision over here in this intersection now, so I'm confident in like walking up a little bit more. Unless everyone just starts flashing for me. Just shove this as fast as I can. Creating pressure. I do see Sona now, that's why Darius is moving up. Actual whole team is here, okay. Yeah, this is a wrap. All right. Yeah, they're really fast. So although I was saying that I'm pushing up and I'm being really greedy and taking advantage of it and being cautious, I forgot that they did have a Warwick with a Sona, so their movement speed is disgusting, as well as Darius with his Ghost. So now I know. But on top of that, I'm getting Quicksilver Sash. For those of you who don't know, the active removes all crowd control debuffs. So basically, if I'm CC'd, I'm going to use that. So it's going to help me a ton, since I'm in the carry position here, being 12 and 4, is that it's going to help me, oh damn. It's going to help me get away from Warwick ult, Sona ult, and all of that, because they're going to start focusing me. So I got to make sure that I don't give that up. But again, this shows you pressure. All of that shit that happened here, although we died, was really bad. We pulled them away from dragons, so that way we can get it. Again, this is what you want to be doing when you're a split pusher, when you have teleport. Obviously, in this matchup, you're not going to have teleport, which is one of the downsides. But as you see, it helps us get ahead and win against our laner. So now, in team fights, your main priority is to go for the squishies. So I'm going to be going into the back line and trying to kill these three as fast as possible. If they have somebody who jumps in on our team, like say, for example, they had a set, you would want to be targeting the set, because he's going to be dropping himself in the middle of your team, and on top of that, you can use your ultimate to heal them. So any damage that he does, you just retract and negate by doing healing to your team. Now, their jungle is very dark. It seems like Ashe doesn't really ward. She has 9 score. Juke. And their team is doing pretty good, probably at getting rid of vision. So we really don't want to be stepping into the jungle too much. Normally what I would be doing is I'd be split pushing elsewhere. I'd be split pushing elsewhere because I'd have teleport, but since I don't, I'm kind of lurking nearby just in case my my team messes up. I saw Vel'Koz's little thingy. So again, I cleared that. I'm creating pressure bottom. Top is the only side that's not really too pressured, but I feel like we might be having a engagement soon. I'm fine with walking straight up in front of him, because he's not really a threat to me. Okay, there's our engagement. Good arrow. I'm gonna flash out because I was positioned poorly. Get the ultimate down. Do my true damage. All right. Now that kind of showed you more of like positioning and how you should be positioning yourself. I'm just gonna take the turret because remember this game is all about objectives. I'm gonna go for the minions just to heal up a little bit. There you go. That team fight, I was more jumping around, one, because we had a good shot on Vel'Koz, except he's Zhonya's. So since he's Zhonya's, he can't really be my target, and I was jumping back and forth, taking aggro. I flashed out in time so that way I couldn't die, and then I finished the person who I initially put my ult on, which is Darius, because I know he's weak. And again, my ultimate ended up helping my team there stay a little bit more alive, because we don't have a tanky team, so like it's necessary. Now, again, remind yourself that you are Fiora, and you do a ton of, whoops. You do a ton of damage to inhibs. Holy shit. You do a ton of damage to inhibs. I should probably stop talking when shit like that happens. So you should be doing it as fast as possible. We're not going to finish this item, by the way. We're just getting Quicksilver. Damn, Diana's doing good. So he should just make sure he gets out as soon as possible, which is good. We got 2 inhibs. We did technically overstay a little bit. I shouldn't have went in, but I didn't think an entire cavalry was going to come after me, but that's my fault again. I'm playing very sloppy today. But I don't expect to not make mistakes every single game, you know? Trying to think which item I want to get next. So they have all that. I think what I'm probably going to end up doing, considering a lot... I think I'm going to go Sterix. Although we do have a set on our team who's going to be doing a lot of tanking for us, it's still going to be good, again, since I'm in a carry position, to have that extra health. So that's what we're going to go with. And then, for the most part, when I get QSS, I usually don't like to get Guardian's Angel, just because I don't like to have too many actives, and when you get stopwatch in the beginning, you know. Alright, we stole it. Good shit. Again, going for the squishies. I was so slowed. Oh, that was sloppy on my part, but he flashed out, so it put my Q on cooldown. So, you have Baron buff? Yeah, don't risk it. He's going for it, though. That could have been a Penta. Feels bad. I had a potential Penta game, but it's my first game of the day. It happens. Can't get them all, you know? So again, for that team fight, I went for the squishies. I went for Ziggs and Sona immediately. I should have went for Vel'Koz instead of going for Darius, but the fact that he had like no mana is what kind of made me go in on him. I still had Ignite, which I should have used that because I have Nimbus Cloak, which would have gave me a extra movement speed, but the whole thing was sloppy. So, just knowing for the next time. Again, this is what I would have done, and I possibly could have gotten away with it. Again, no gameplay is really going to be perfect. And that's something that I have to keep telling myself. I think I mentioned this in the last video, and if I didn't, I'll say it again. Don't set expectations for yourself, because then you're just going to end up realizing all of the mistakes you're doing without correcting them, and you'll end up just putting yourself in this negative place where you're tilted nonstop. So don't do that, because I find myself doing that too often because my brain and my knowledge is not what my hands do all the time. So again, I'm kind of being risky by lurking here, you know. But you know, sometimes it feels good to be a little risky. I'm pretty sure I could have done that without them, to be honest. Although I took a lot of damage, I still had my QSS. So if he ulted me, I would have just used that. And again, I have the Dragon Soul. Again, you really want to be focusing these objectives because you just shred them. I'm going to heal up a little bit. That's slow. Feels good. Okay, we're just going to shove in both sides, create that pressure, shred these turrets. That was weird. It looked like it would have hit me, but it didn't. Alright, and just like that, we finished the game. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this episode of Fiora Versus for versing Darius, please like and subscribe. Again, I have my funny stream highlights coming out on every Friday, and then these videos are going to be coming out on Monday. So I hope you enjoyed. Peace. See you in the next one.